I love to cook, I love to party. Do I need a skills assessment as a chef? Do I need one as an engineer? Do I need one as a nurse if I'm going to do a 482 visa? Sometimes you may, sometimes you won't. When do you need one? .482 visas, let's start talking about it and when you need a skills assessment. There are three main streams to it. There's the medium-term stream, the short-term stream, and the labour agreement stream. Now, sometimes the labour agreement stream needs skills assessments depending on the occupation in the regional area you are being nominated through. You need to check. There's currently 12 areas of the DAMA that may require skills assessments from you. So let's talk about the medium-term stream and the short-term stream and when you may need a skills assessment. So certain occupations require a skills assessment under the 482 under those two streams. And there's basically 23 occupations where you may require a skills assessment through TRA and 2 other occupations where you may require a skills assessment through Vet Assess. Now, first of all, let's talk about those 2 occupations that will always require a skills assessment no matter where you are from. And that is project administrator and also specialist manager NEC, which stands for not elsewhere classified. That is assessed through Vet Assess. So it's important if you are nominated under those 2 occupations, you need to attain a skills assessment if you are going to do a 482. There are no exemptions to that. The other occupations, which there are 23 of, which includes things like chefs, cooks, carpenters, bakers, electricians, plumbers, and a whole lot of other ones, require skills assessments in certain circumstances, and that is dependent on what country you are from. Now, if we have a look at the list of countries right now up here, you will see, for example, if you are a chef from Bangladesh, Brazil, China, Fiji, Hong Kong, SAR, India, Macau, SAR, Nepal, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, Philippines, South Africa, Thailand, Vietnam, and Zimbabwe, you will need a skills assessment as a chef if you didn't study the relevant qualification in Australia. So if you have an overseas qualification in gastronomy, or you're relying on having work experience in it, or got a qualification through RPL, recognition of prior learning, and you are from one of those countries, you need a skills assessment to do a 482. It's very important to know that that is a Schedule 1 requirement, meaning it's a time of application requirement to ensure that you applied for the skills assessment before lodging your application. Now, don't stress too much because a lot of the time the skills assessment takes a long time to process. That's fine. You can then lodge the visa as long as you've lodged the skills assessment, and once the skills assessment comes back positive, submit it to your case officer and then they can finalize the visa. So you don't need that positive skills assessment before you lodge the visa, but you need to have at least applied for it. So it's important that you know those exemptions when you don't need it, such as if you studied the qualification in Australia, okay? But if you didn't, or you have an RPL in that area, you need a skills assessment if you're from one of those countries and in one of those 23 trade occupations. All right, so that's basically how it works for skills assessments for 482s. If you're looking at the labour agreement DAMA stream, you need to look at each of those 12 different regional areas, look at the occupation you're applying for, and if you require a skills assessment. Many of them do, but don't stress. The skills assessment for the DAMAs are a lot easier than for the medium-term stream or short-term stream. So that's it. Don't be fooled. Don't lodge a 482 without checking if you need a skills assessment first, because then it may be refused and you will never win because it's a Schedule 1 requirement. I hope you learned something today. Please click here to subscribe. I'll see you soon in the next video.